Hi, princess. By the end of this video, you're gonna forget who you were even pressed about to begin with. Welcome to Princess University. Today's lesson is self-worth and self-respect. Quick disclaimer before we even start. I know you're thinking, girl, haven't you never been in a relationship before? Well, yes. But that doesn't disqualify me from dropping knowledge. So without further ado, let's pull you out of the delusion you might be stuck in. Okay. So this is our syllabus for today. We're going to be covering self-worth, self-respect, redirection, and conclusion. Okay, right off the bat, stop putting your self-worth in men. Life when you place your self-worth in men. Disappointment, screaming, crying, throwing up, like you will always be disappointed. It needs to come from here. And that's not only exclusive to men. Anytime you try to put your self-worth in anything that's not coming from your heart, it will lead to despair. I am someone who's tried to put their self-worth in their achievements, the way I look. It's all going to end with despair. So the sooner you can get it from here, the way better your quality of life will be, as you can see. Life when you stand on business. This is what's going to happen when you stop putting your time and energy into things that aren't serving you. Look, we have freaking Adriana Lima, we have Mother, we have Taylor, we have this diva. Literally free yourself of the shackles. There's not a single person on earth worth sacrificing your peace or your identity for. You don't need to do anything you're not comfortable doing. You don't need to try and change yourself because, oh, if I acted like this, maybe he would want me more. If I changed that, maybe he would want me back. No, please find me one man on earth that is worth bending over backwards and changing every freaking part of yourself for. This is normally a part in the video where I make a joke and be like, oh, Ross Lynch. But no. Literally nobody on this earth is worth disrupting your peace for. Prince Charming will not, I'm gonna break this thing, I'm like, make you feel insane, leave you confused, make you compromise yourself, treat you like an option. You are not someone's maybe. Ew, I'm disgusted. Like this should be repulsive to you. Like this should spark not sadness, this should spark disgust. In what world am I maybe? What are you talking about? You are not someone's situationship. Get out of my face with that. That's not a real concept. Please run it back, we're running it back. Riddle me this, let's do an exercise. Think about your grandma. Do you think your grandma was in a situationship? You are not someone's second thought. The love of your life is not gonna make you fight for their attention. That's cringe and disgusting. I just threw up in my mouth. Also, a quick exercise right here. Picture this, it's your wedding day and if someone goes, oh, tell me, like, how did your love story unfold? And you have to stand before them and say, oh my gosh, yeah, so our love story starts when I chased him. I had to beg him for attention. I waited around days for a text back, fought other women for him, you know, couldn't eat because he left me opened on Snapchat. Stand up right now. A huge trending thing I've seen on social media that I hope none of you watching are participating in, fighting with other women over guys who don't even think about you. Oh, I'm telling you, that is embarrassing. I've witnessed on social media women get into full battles with each other online, and that says two things about you. Number one, I have too much time on my hands, and number two, I love drama. Is that the kind of person that you want to be? That's your character? There's a trend on TikTok right now that's like, oh, me dressing up as a fat blonde girl for Halloween so that maybe I'm more his type. What are you guys doing? You're compromising your heart now, and you're tearing down other people. When you see his new girl and she's ugly, oh, she could never compare to me. Downgrade. What? Your heart is not in the right place, and we're gonna talk about that. If you stay tuned, it's in my presentation. Okay, next slide. Take him for how he is, not his potential. Let me show you what I mean. Lock in, girl. This is what you've somehow created in your head. Every time you listen to a love song and think about him, every time you stalk his account, oh, like this is literally my husband, he's literally my dream man. You built up that version of him in your head. He doesn't exist. This is who you're talking about. This is the reality. Puts himself in a position to lose you, could care less about you. He makes no effort. This is what you created. This is the reality. This isn't a knock on men, by the way. This is a knock on you creating fantasies in your head. He's not even the problem. He's a separate issue right now. We're talking about you. Some guys will straight up show you all of their cards. They will flat out show you, hey, I'm a manipulator, and treat you bad to your face. And you'll be like, oh, but he called me beautiful 2 months ago. God. I'm tired. You delay your own healing process by focusing on this when this is the reality. You've made this random guy an idol. You're begging for his attention, sitting around waiting for him like a dog, neglecting your own life, obsessing over the idea of him or what you could have been. And over here, his ego's just growing and growing. And he's like, girl, I'm not even focused on you. Look at the photo. He's not even looking at you. He's not giving you a second thought. You put him on this pedestal. When it gets to the point that you're more focused on him than your own self, baby, that's an idol. So this is something that I need some of you guys to freaking memorize. These are some declarative statements that I created for you guys to read. What has he done to earn my obsession? So you have this man living rent-free in your mind. What did he actually do to deserve that? Yikes. Think about that. Is there a shortage of men? No. So whenever you're like, oh, he was literally the one, girl, there's 8 billion people in the world. You will be okay, I promise you. Would I let my best friend date him? This is for the girlies that are like romanticizing his potential. Take him for what he is and just remember that. Like, oh, would I let my best friend date? Or if you have a little sister, would I be okay if my little sister was dating a guy like this? Probably not. I'm not in love with him. I'm in love with the idea of him. Ooh, catch it. Catch it. He's not confusing. He's just not interested. That might sting, but it's the truth. Guys are not confusing. You're the one making it confusing. He showed you he doesn't want you. Something I've been seeing a lot is, oh, he's gonna regret his life when he sees my Halloween costume. Girl, he knows that you're pretty. He knows that you're smart. He knows that you're this and that. He doesn't want you. That's okay. So many other people do. Why am I being so desperate and delusional right now? Let's get to the root of this, babe. So we're gonna get a little scientific with it. When you're feeling desperate or delusional over someone, it's not because you're insane. You're not crazy. You're hurting. You're not crazy, you're not insane, you're hurting, and that's okay. You have an unhealed part of yourself seeking external validation. And when you haven't healed that, the only person you're gonna attract is someone that's also broken, because you're seeking from a place of lack. So the only other people you're gonna attract are also people coming from a place of lack. And that kind of relationship is a bomb waiting to explode. Oh, frick, wait. I didn't know I made that. Wait, that's so unserious. It says, this is why you're delusional. And this is why you're feeling desperate, because you're not healed yourself. You must be whole before you can add someone else to your kingdom. Right. A relationship is an addition, not a completion. I don't want to hear any of you guys in the comments talking about, oh, he was my better half. Girl, are you a 1/4? Like, what's going on? If you're not complete without a man, you shouldn't have the man. Tony Stark. He didn't say all that, but like, you get the vibes. The love of your life is gonna complement you, but they won't complete you. Here's the solution. Redirect your energy. Let's pull out the multiverse theory. Princesses and princes, the person that treats you like garbage is not your fairy tale ending. Girl, he was a plot twist. He needs to be a deleted scene. This is not your Hallmark romance movie. This is a horror movie and you are the victim. Run. Imagine a version of yourself that took all the time and energy you're wasting on people that don't deserve you and you put it into yourself, into your goals or dreams. You'd probably be unstoppable, right? So this is the multiverse. This time here, it's gonna pass anyway, but now it's up to you to decide, okay, which path do I want to take down? So you're either gonna be here, stuck in this past of romanticizing, oh, he was this, it was da-da-da-da-da. Girl, what? He was giving you migraines, like, next? This is what happens. You stalk his social media. You're keeping tabs on him. You're freaking still obsessed with him. Going down, or you take back your control now. Girl, it's uphill. So the longer you're away from this, the longer you're on the path of self-destruction. You guys will see a man with a nice face card and throw your entire life out the window. You can't go 5 seconds without seeing if he texted you back. Baby, stand up. Take all of that energy you're spending on chasing and waiting and worrying and channel it into yourself. Pick up new hobbies, start a passion project, set goals for yourself, just keep going. You're gonna freaking blossom and skyrocket when you focus on what actually serves you. And you know what, when you're on this path, you might just find your freaking Prince Charming because you're aligned. When you're spiraling out, girl, you know what you're gonna find on this path? Garbage. If you find yourself spiraling over a guy, you have too much free time. Catch it. What the frick? What did I put? The unexamined life is not worth living. Period, Socrates. Like, what? I definitely meant to put that in there to encourage you guys to reflect on your life and your decisions rather than act out of desperation. I don't know, it's like very dramatic to be in here. I don't know why it like doesn't have a place in here, but you need to move with intention in life. Otherwise, you're not controlling your life, you're on autopilot and life is controlling you. Conclusion, I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. You are not someone's second choice. You're not an option. You're not a maybe. You're a gift. You're a freaking gem. And you're a blessing. Love yourself enough to let go of anyone that doesn't see that. I am gonna leave you guys with a playlist because I'm a cornball. I created a playlist for you guys called I Am the Love I've Been Looking For, just to reiterate the idea that it comes from here. Once you're healed and okay here, then you can start adding a prince into the kingdom. Princess University is going to be an ongoing series on my channel, so please let me know what topics you want covered next, because I'm a fountain of knowledge and I had way too much fun planning this out. Like, I love you guys so much. You're so loved, with or without the rat from Flushed Away, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.